In the current economic climate, most people wouldn't mind bringing the world's most powerful banks to justice. Well, we may not be able to do that personally, but if you go to the cinema this weekend to see Clive Owen's new movie, The International, you can play out your financial fantasy through him.
We finished the film 1.5 years, 2 years ago, and it was always a relevant film, but no one could have predicted how timely it is. I mean, it's about me trying to pursue a huge bank because I believe them to be totally corrupt, and we believe them to be using money inappropriately and to be not a sound institution and to be involved in things they shouldn't be involved in. And obviously that's become the huge, big questions that people are asking now.
As he says, the film sees him take on the role of an Interpol agent who discovers a big bank is involved in some seriously illegal activities. Clive isn't alone in his fight for justice, though, seeking assistance from the lovely Naomi Watts.
There has to be a way to bring down this bank.
You will have to go outside the system of justice.
You don't have the authority to arrest me.
Who said anything about arresting you? Go back. If we can get him, we can get the bank.
This guy can bury them.
The pair's investigation takes them on a sightseeing tour to remember, from Berlin to Milan to New York and even Istanbul.
Amazing locations within those places. So, it's one thing to go to and shoot in Istanbul, but to go on the roofs of the Grand Bazaar, which is an amazing place, and to shoot in a Guggenheim, to take over the main square in Milan for 2 weeks, felt a very epic shoot.
Epic indeed, although it does seem that Clive Owen, toting a gun, running through the middle of an Istanbul bazaar, isn't a big deal for the locals.
Obviously, it's impossible to try and lock down a location like that, so basically they sent me in there loose, and they had the camera a long way away on a long lens, and they gave me a security guy who was standing pretty close, and they put a gun in my hand and had me just tearing through the Grand Bazaar. And the weird thing was, when people did clock that I had a gun in my hand, they didn't seem too bothered about it, which the idea of doing that in London or New York, people would, you'd be shot, I think, or, do you know what I mean, you'd be brought to the ground or something, but it was very uncanny, people's reaction there.
Well, they may not have been bothered by Clive's latest movie, but it's hoped that cinema goers over here will think differently when The International bursts onto a cinema screen near you.
We can get justice.